everyone, it's Judy. Welcome back to Rose Lane. All right, today I'm doing, last night I did part one of the trifold, 3 types of trifold tags, and couldn't quite finish it. So today we're going to finish it up, and we'll finish what I have to do with the papers and things like that. And then we're going to do some decorating. So for right now, I'm just going to take these nice little dishes. I'm going to move them over to the side. I did finish lining this one. Okay, get my tags out of there. So we have the writing space here on this side, and then the writing space here on this side. And that's what they do, okay? They just fold up like so. So we're just gonna do some decorating on this and the tags in a minute, but we're gonna push that one over to the side. I don't know what side, because I'm gonna need stuff. Okay, that was a difficult one, which we haven't gotten to yet. And then this was the other one that I was having trouble with because I kept putting the paper and the little flange on the wrong side. So we're gonna finish this one up. I'll show you where we've been so far. And that was, get all these out of here. Okay, so get that out of here. So this is the card on this side. We put that little thing on, and I made the mistake. I was gonna just glue here and make a little tuck spot. So I'll do that with the other side when we get to this side, okay? So this is how this one opens up, and then this one opens up here, okay? Instead of gluing that down, we made a flip out of it. So you have all of that for journaling, which is 2 whole pieces. Actually, it's a little bit more. This is a little bit wider than this. So we have that so far. So on this side, what I did, and I want to show you 2 things, actually. Let me dig them out. I decided to make templates so that I wouldn't confuse myself. I think I just might have hit the camera, so I'm sorry. I made a template for this. Okay, so it's a flap for the 2/3. That's what I'm calling this, a 2/3 trifold, because it's about 2/3 of the whole front. I don't know what else to call it. So anyway, this is the fold line for the paper, okay, which you'll see is right there. I just traced that, okay, and that's going to be the fold line that goes underneath, okay, so that it goes like this one. It goes underneath here. Okay, now I hope I did it right. Still did it wrong. But that's okay. I will get it right. This is good for the other side. And that's what I did. I should have done, this was side 1, which was the other side. Should have flipped it like this for side 2. So I can still do that. I'm going to just trace over this. Let me find my good eraser. This is one of those gum erasers, which is really, really good. So I'm just gonna take off that part. Okay. Sorry if I'm shaking the camera. Grab a pencil. So side 1 is 1, and then side 2, I'm just trying to line this up as best as I can. Side 2 is the one that goes the other way. I think I've got it pretty well lined up. So the reason why I didn't cut it out was because I wanted to do it with you guys to show you how not to make a mistake. Now this may come out where it's hanging over, but that's, excuse me, that's okay. So I'm gonna cut this out. My goodness, excuse me. I'm gonna cut this one out and just move it over for a minute. And I'm going to show you the other part of my template. So let me just cut this out so we've got the pile. So this is the wider part of the flap. This is the narrow part that's going to have the little flip. And then this is the centerpiece. And this was how I was cutting them, because for me, it's the quickest and easiest. And like I said, you line everything up. Well, I lined everything up across the top so that the lines should be equal all the way across. You know, they should be like this, you know, same as the next section, so it doesn't look all wonky. So we have that one. And I did it this way because, like I did last night, I forgot and went over this part, which didn't make it good for me, because I didn't want that in the middle of the page. Why this, I mean, I line it up at the top. Why it looks like it comes out crooked, I don't know, but it seems to be straight when I look at it, so I don't get it. But I'm just going with what I see. Alrighty. There we go. That one out of there. I knew that would do that, but that's okay. We'll do some trimming later. Let's go ahead and do... Did I just cut off what I needed? Now I don't know because I threw it in the thing. No, that's right. This is the big one. I got the little guy over here. All right. Line up my line. All right. I probably need a garbage can on both sides of my desk. Okay. I used to have it on the right side of my desk over here, and I could just go like this because I'm right-handed and kind of drop things in. But the last couple of places, that was when I was in New Jersey, but the last couple of places I've been and the way things were set up, the garbage can works better on the left side, believe it or not. Okay, so we have that one. This one I'm going to cut by hand because of the nature of it. Okay, here. And there. Okay, and then this one I'll just trim. And I'm going to put it with the pile. If you think this one was complicated, wait till you see the next one. I'm just trying to find my line here. There we go, I think that's pretty good. Again, like I said, I don't mind if it's a little too big because it can be trimmed down. It's when it's too short and you can't fix that unless you cut a new piece. So hopefully I'm not being too reckless, going too fast, and not getting this accurate enough. All right, so that's that. Okay, and I do have to cut the other one yet because I think actually I cut the one, but I didn't cut the other, so I can show you how that one went too. So I'm gonna put this one over here. And this is my other template. Let me get a piece of paper here so it's easier for you to see, okay? And I mentioned this last night, can never, just by eye, fold a paper in threes. I just can't. It's always wrong. I always have 1,000 creases that don't belong. So what I did was I had already cut and measured all of this once before. And I think I told you last night that it was about 3 5/8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I hope that's in the camera. Okay. 3 5/8 wide, give or take. It might be off by like a 16th or a 32nd of an inch or something. I'm just going to grab a regular piece of paper and I'll be right back so I can show you how this works. Okay. So this is what I came up with. And now I'll put this back on the brown so you can see it a little bit better. I'm going to put that back up on my shelf. Okay. So this is what I came up with. You line it up with the edge of the paper, just like this. Okay. Make sure that you're as straight as possible. You pick up the paper and just with your fingers, I hope I'm all in here, you kind of just press the paper up against the cardboard. So you need a decent piece of cardboard. I wouldn't do anything too thick because you don't want it to skew how big the folds are, if that makes sense. Then you turn it over and you line it up again on the other side. Okay, like so. She says, there we go. Okay, pick up the paper, push it with your fingers. Now, this isn't giving you a great crease, but it gives you enough of a crease. Then you're gonna just fold it and line it up with the other side. It's hard for me with white, I'm sorry. I'm trying to see that. I think I've got it right. Okay. And I'm going to give it a crease, but I'm not going to crease it completely. And then I'm going to line it up with the other side. Now this worked before, so I'm hoping it's going to work now. And there you go. Bone folder. Had one, I swear. And there you have it. Boop, boop. What do they say in the UK? And there's Bob's your uncle. There you go. That's what I did. So this was 3 5/8 inches wide. Actually, let me find my thing. Okay, from here to here is 3 5/8 inches. And that is how you use this simple little thing. And as long as your paper is 8.5 by 11, it should work. You can do the same thing with A4 paper. I don't know what the measurement would be. I do have A4. If I think of it, I'll try to make a template for an A4 and I'll just put the formula in the description box. Okay, so that's that. Let's put that away. And we're going to come over here. You know what? Let's finish the one we started and then we'll tackle the big one, the crazy one. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take these out. These are the tags. We don't want that right now. Let go. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to glue this stuff down. Okay. In this case, because of where, let's fold this in. Okay. It's going to go, oh no, this is still the same thing. Let's do the crazy one first, which I did wrong again. Honestly, guys. All right. Never fear. I have more paper. All right. This is the one, right? Yes. Where's my thing? Okay. So it's got to go this way. All right. Because we're going to match, if I'd remember this, we're going to match the V's. Okay. I'll put it on here. Easier for you to see it this way, I think. We have to match the V's, and that's the part that's going to go under. All right. I probably was looking at the wrong side again. So we're going to go ahead, find my pencil, and I'm going to draw it in a little bit because I don't want this margin, you know, that empty space on the side. I want the line to continue, if I can do that as best as possible. So let's go ahead and trace that speedily. Okay, get my cutter back for the basic lines. Put this one over to the side. Okay. Got it, there it is. Alrighty. Gotta lean back because I'm getting some glare. All right, that's that part. I didn't do this on the other one anyway, so when I picked it up, I realized it was too long. Some of these strips I'm just throwing away, like these skinny little ones, but the ones that are coming off the bottom, I'm saving because I thought it might be good for like a background or something. You know, like to put a word on or just to put some, you know, to put something in the background with that. So, which reminds me, I meant to get something else out before we started this. I'm not sure where I put them, which isn't good because I really wanted them. We have a quick look here. Sometimes I put things away so well that I can't remember what I've done with them. I think this is one of those times. Oh, golly gee. All right, I may have to improvise. I may. Let's see what I have in these boxes. Oh, big giant butterflies. That wouldn't do it. All right, I think I can get away with something in this box. I think I may be able to we'll see. I wanted plain behind it, but we'll have to see what we've got. So we're going to start with this one. We're going to open this up just because. And we're going to put the paper on like so, because that's what's going to go here. So we're going to glue this one first, because that was my mistake last night. Well, one of my many mistakes last night. Okay. So we'll do this one first. This one should go down first because you want to cover this. You want to cover this little bump out part, this little flange that makes the hinge. You want to cover that with the paper on the other side of it over here. Okay, when I flip it over. So take care of that. There we go. I think we should be all right with that. I use a lot of glue, guys. I really do. Let me line it up from this end. Excuse my turning it around, but this is the easier place to line it up with, because it's the easier place to not have to trim, if that makes any sense at all. So let's get this over this way. Put that down there. You see we're just a little long, and that's okay. And this is the other thing about this glue, and I'll trim this a little bit. Actually, let me get this off of here, make sure I don't stick. It gives you a minute, and I have found that, push this back just a hair, all right. I have found that if I let it sit for just, you know, a few seconds, 10 or 15 seconds or whatever, when I press it down and try to get the glue to the ends of the, you know, the edges of the paper, that it's not so runny. That was my number 2. It's not so runny. So, all right, I want to make sure I'm doing this correctly. Should have folded that first. So let me do it this way. I'll line it up here. Okay. And I'm going to kind of push this right up against this piece, because when I fold it back, it'll leave its own gap. So if I don't, I hope that's even on the bottom. I think it's even on the bottom. Okay. So when I fold it back this way, you see it's leaving that gap. And again, I'm going to leave this because I want the glue to dry. So I'm going to leave it before I try to fold it back on itself. Get the other glue off of me. And we'll glue this piece down over that one. Well, not over it, but over the little bump out part. There we go. So today wasn't so bad. Weather was quite nice, considering, again, middle of February in the Pennsylvania mountains, and I'm just stunned. Apparently last year, because, you know, we weren't here last year for the winter, apparently last year the winter was quite atrocious, to say the least. Excuse me. Yeah, so this winter has been very mild, and it's just funny because last winter we spent in Buffalo, New York, a year ago, not this, you know, this past winter, because I'm considering this winter past as far as I'm concerned. I'm going to line up one side, and then we'll trim from the other. So in Buffalo, the winter really wasn't that bad. I came here last June, and, you know, we've been here through the winter this year, and there. And the winter has not been that bad. However, Buffalo, bless their sweethearts, have been going through just monstrous times. So here we've got that. Got my glue thing there. And go ahead and trim this. I'll just feel for the edge of the paper when it starts to catch. Still a little gluey. I'm hoping you can see what I'm doing. This, I will admit, is not the easiest thing to do, cutting like this. Whoops. Okay. So there we have that. All right, now we're gonna just, I'm using my fingernail to just follow that crease. Fold that down, bone folder. Okay. And that looks a little on the shorter side, but that's okay. So we're gonna ink. No matter how much I clean my hands, it's a shame. Just a shame. All right, so then this one, let me get the glue off of here. You know, it's funny, I can't get it off my fingers if I want to, but if I look at the paper, well, it's all over the place. It's, you know, it's all full of ink. All right. I mean, all full of glue. So we're gonna go ahead, trim this little piece. Let me try to remember to stay in frame here. Okay, get rid of that. Whoops. Okay, so that's that one, and that's that one. Oh, not yet. Not yet. Is that the right side? It is. Folder over there. I don't know where this stuff is coming from. Looks like I got ink on it, which I did put a little bit of extra ink on my Vintage Photo Oxide, Distress Oxide pad, because I'm rubbing my already poorly worn sponge, you know, applicator on it, and that's leaving bits and pieces behind. And because I'm rubbing it so hard, the felt pad is, you know, crumbling up on it. So, but I was out of, like, I just couldn't get any more ink off of it. And I do have another pad coming. It's in the mail. It has been shipped. The question is, when does it get here? And I have re-inkers, which, like I said, I just did put a little bit on, because if I really try to re-ink it, it takes a few days to not be so juicy and gloppy, for it to really soak into the felt pad and, you know, be a good consistency to use without it being really juicy and gloppy. So get rid of that glue. Okay. You can see a little glue mark there. Get that off. Okay. A little bit right there. All right, good. Now we're going to come this side, find my scissors, and I'll trim. Now, some people are much better at doing this perfectly, cutting their pieces absolutely perfectly, cutting their paper to fit absolutely perfectly. I am not one of those people. So I do apologize. For me, it takes a little bit longer to make it right. I don't zip through as easily as some people can. And like I said, I could have had this all cut and, you know, all of it cut, but I wanted to show you part of the process. So that is that. So then again, I'm going to go back and ink this later. What was these two? I'm trying to see. I had 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. I think it was this one. This is the one I meant. So we're going to put this on some card, which I think, yep, good. Yep. We'll put this on a piece of card. which I hadn't done yet. I'll try to remember to make this into a little tuck. I will try. I'm not quite as tired as I was last night. So, yeah, you know, with working during the day, I really only have the evenings or Saturdays and Sundays. And of course, we get home later, you know, mid-afternoon on Sunday because of church. And so I get, by the time I get, even on a Saturday or even a Sunday, by the time I get all of my pieces together and get the preliminary, you know, the preliminaries done, and I'm ready to start the video, I'm tired. I'm just tired. So don't do too well with that kind of stuff, I guess. So I'm just going to do this by hand. I got a piece of stuff in there in my little wipe. I'm hoping I have more wipes. Do I have more wipes? I have one. I have one out in my little rack so it's dry. I'll have to make sure I get more because this one's coming to the end here, I think. I think so. So, all right. So we're going to do this. And I am going to ink this before I glue it on. Let's see what happens. Now, I rubbed in the ink with this. See? Just barely touching it now because I don't want a lot of ink on these. And it's coming right off. All right, so in this case, it's going to be this side that I need inked. So I'm not worried about the side that's going to be glued down. But this side, you're going to see. And I'm making a kind of a mess. So, okay. So we're going to glue this one here. And like I said last night, I'll flip this over. I want to see where is the middle. And make sure you're seeing what I'm doing. About where is the middle and what is straight. That actually looks pretty good. So I'm going to put a mark here. This is just for me. And here. So I know where not to glue. Okay. And I'm going to use this. I'm going to go from that mark. I got to fill this little guy up. I got to go from that mark and around the back here. A little bit more down there. And from that mark back. Okay. Now the trick is deciding again where I want it. I'm going to try to do it this way. I want it a little higher. And I'm going to try to line up those marks, the edge of the paper. It's a little too high. I'm going to bring it down. I did this yesterday. Okay, I'm going to just kind of rub that off a little bit because it's still dry. All right, I mean, it's still wet. Okay, so now this little piece now has become just a little tuck place, okay? A little place where you can tuck another little piece of paper, a little note or something like that. So you've got, that's what I meant to do on that side, but forgot, totally forgot. Okay, so that's that one. Let's move these pieces over. Get some of that out of the way. I know I had the other one. And here comes the weird one. Here comes the weird one. I said we started with the easy one, went to a little more complicated, and we're ending with the most complicated. So, and it's only complicated because there's so many pieces. At least I think there's a lot of pieces. So the way this one's gonna go is this is your original, okay, your original trifold piece. And all I did was on these two, I scored it here and here. I even scored it here, I guess, while I was pressing. I scored it here and here. And then when you folded it back, I folded this one down and this one down. okay? Because my original intention was to glue it all shut and make a top loading pocket. Of course, I've changed that now. I'm making them open, okay? So I had to cut a few more pieces. So what I do here, these are the internal cards. Let me find what I've done with all my bits of paper. I didn't cut the top of this one off right here. I can see that. So let me cut that. Just gonna go ahead and cut it with my scissors and hope for the best. All right, that's that one. So let's go ahead and we're gonna put the insides in first, okay? So the inside is gonna look like this. So this one's gonna go, come on, I think it's, no, yeah. Actually, I don't think I need that. I don't think I need that piece. No. Let me do the outside first so I'm sure I'm doing this right. Whoops, hold that back. All right, so I have one group here. Trying to get this off. Put that back here. And one group here. So I've got 3 little tabby things and then this piece. And I do believe I inked this. Looks like I inked everything because, again, I'm not trying to, okay, this is side 2, so 2, 2. So we're gonna put that on side 2. Not that I think it matters. In this case, I'm almost positive it doesn't matter. So we're just gonna glue this one down. Hopefully I'm not completely off screen. Oh, hang on, I have an itch. Okay. All right. So we'll do this side, and I'll show you what my plan is here. Where on the other ones, we actually glued the, make sure it's going right side up, which is this way. We actually glued the roses to the outside. Here we're going to make 2 small cards, which I have not made yet. I'm just going to kind of press it a little bit. Okay, now we have these 2 things. This one, and I think we'll do this one here because it's going to be the same either way. All right, we're going to put one on this side. I just like the contrast there. So we'll do this one on the outside. And again, like I said, all of these papers here were from Tracy Fox. This is her pretty patchwork. Okay, we'll put this one down here. Glue that. And I don't want to press a whole bunch because I don't want it oozing if I can help it. All right, and then whatever doesn't fit, you know, whatever looks like it needs to be trimmed, you can trim afterwards. And then this piece is going to go in here like that. Okay, in this case we'll just put the glue right on here. Okay, and we'll put this piece here, and we don't want to go right into that crease. We want to keep a little space so it doesn't sort of bind up on us. And again, if anything is hanging over on the edges, you just trim it with your scissors. Nice and easy. Okay. All right, we're going to leave that there. And you can see some is hanging over. Okay, so we're going to go this side. Oh, actually, let me finish up. This piece goes in here like that. Okay, so we'll open this one up, put the glue on here. Okay. And again, I did not use thick paper. I used thin paper because the glue adds a layer. And of course, paper adds a layer, plus you have all the cardstock, etc., etc. So Just try to line that up as best as you can. Anything hanging over can be trimmed. Okay. Okay. So we're going to leave that side now. Let that dry for a minute. I'm going to go to the other side and do the other side the same way. Okay. You hear anybody walking? That's, I said, I'm in the part of the basement that is right under where the entry is from the front door, which of course is where our stairs are to go up to our, you know, to the bedroom level. Oops, get off of there. So I think that might have been my husband heading upstairs for something. Generally it would be. My brother-in-law's bedroom is down on another level, so I'm stuck in my paper clip here. So he doesn't generally have a reason to go up to the other bedroom level. However, put that over there. Get. Trying to get that little lump off. The closet where I keep all of our towels and not sheets, but because our sheets are kept in our own rooms, but our towels and stuff, etc. And light bulbs and toilet paper is kept up on that floor. And I did just send him to the store, told him to get toilet paper, so he may have, or my husband may have, been bringing it up to that level. So let me just, I'm just doing this to kind of get it to stick in the middle while I'm playing with it. Okay, so now which one do we want here? That we know goes in there. So let's do the contrast again. We'll put this one here. Okay. Even though it's mostly green, it's contrasting with what's going to come up on the top. So let's do that. Now you can choose to just cut the whole piece and put it on and not have lined paper underneath this side so that you don't have to cut all these tiny little pieces. Or just cut the tiny little pieces. Either way. Okay, so let's let that go. And then we're going to put this one on this side under here. Okay. I want to check my time. Decorating should not take long. I'm really just doing lace and some ribbon tabs, which I saw somebody else have on their tags recently. And I thought, wow, what a cool idea. I've not done it. It looks simple, but you know, this is me you're talking about. So probably not as simple as I would like to hope. So, okay, so we're just going to leave that little gap. Okay, press that down as best as I can. All right, and then we're going to, whoops, flip this over, get rid of that glue. Flip this over, and that one goes like so. This one's going to go a little extra glue on there too. Hang on a minute. Probably glue it right down, but that's okay. And you can glue this flap down if you want. You don't have to leave it a flap, but I'm leaving it a flap because I'm going to do something with it. And this piece goes on this side. Okay. So we'll finish that one on this side. Then we're going to flip it over. Let me check my time. How am I doing here? I got to stand up to see. Oh, that's not too bad, but it's more than I want it to be. So, all right. Let's try to get myself lined up here and there. All right. I'm hoping I'm going where the what do you call it is, where the actual okay, so that's what we've got, where the actual cardstock is and not the paper. You know, I'm looking and hitting the paper instead. So I'm going to go ahead and trim down here. A little bit of glue on there. A lot of glue on there, actually, but these are Teflon scissors, so you can just kind of rub the glue right off. Carefully rub the glue right off. All right, that's that one. Let's go on this side and trim this little piece. Okay. Okay, that's that. All right, not the best cutting I can see. Okay, now let's go here. See what I need to trim along here. This one's giving me an issue. It's times like this I wish I was ambidextrous. I could turn the scissors around, turn the piece around, and cut from the other side, you know. Okay, there's that part. That's not looking bad. I'm checking to see if I see any more edges. Make sure I've got everything trimmed. Now, another thing I will say for doing something like these is you can, because, let me see if I can dig out one of the papers. Here we go. This is how the papers come. So now my printer doesn't print the whole 8.5 by 11. I have that white border, so I have to trim it off. But you could just put it down. However it is, this goes down. Can't find the other opening, it's stuck. There we go. You could just put it down if you have the whole 8.5 by 11, or make this smaller. And just do the whole sheet just like that, okay? Because I couldn't, I had to piece it, and I don't really mind, you know, doing that anyway, so. But you can make it to fit. So these could be made smaller, they don't have to be this big. If you have the same issue where your 8.5 by 11, you know, the printer doesn't print the full 8.5 by 11. I think I was just on this one, but I keep seeing white. I don't know if it was this one. I think it was this one. Okay. All right, there. Now I've got to get these guys on this side. Someday, I may learn how to be able to, even though I trace it, do it right. All right, anything here? That looks okay from this side. This one just needs a little trim right here. Come on. And we are good with that. All right, let's get rid of those. All right, so now what we have is, see if I can find what I've done with the pages. We have one that's gonna go here. And actually, I can cut that off, can I? See? Wasn't even thinking. So we're just gonna go ahead. Won't sit flat if I do that. Try to line that up. For me, I'm gonna draw the line. Actually, let me go, yeah. I'll line up my lines here. And then that would be all right. Draw the line right here, more or less. More or less, I went off the line. And I'm just gonna trim it with my scissors. Hopefully. Trim it with my scissors. Okay. A little bump right there. Come on. There we go. All right, so one's gonna go here, one's gonna go here. So let's put this one on this side because it's got the stuff. And I'm going to just go ahead and do these sides because they're on the inside. I'll go across the top too on this one. Oh, these little brown bits. The little brown bits. All right. So this piece is going to go in here in the middle. Okay. And I think I'm going to try. To go ahead and trim this a little bit by hand. Do it now instead of after I put it together. I don't know how straight that was, but it's handmade. And that's the story. Okay, there we go. So I have to admit, trying to, you know, keep up with all of this, I think I might have mentioned probably before, I repeat myself a lot. I don't know, bad memory, getting old, combination of that and who knows what else. But if I don't hold myself apparently to some kind of a schedule, I will not necessarily come down and do what I'm supposed to do, what I'd like to do. Let's see, we're just gluing that right over the top of that. My glue thing here. Clean my fingers a little bit. So yeah, I won't necessarily come down and do what I should be doing. So I'm trying this, you know, 1 week is Sunday, Monday, and Saturday, I think it is, and then the next week is Sunday, Tuesday, and Friday. Trying to make it so that I do 3 videos a week and, you know, give myself 4 days in the week technically off, except I spend a lot of that 4 days preparing to do the other 3 day, you know, the 3 days of videos. So it is making me get things done, which is good. But it is taking me away from other things that I should be doing. So maybe that's not the best thing. All right, I'm gonna just leave that little gap there. I'm still gonna have to trim from that side. All right, so that's that one. Now somewhere, oh, here it is. I had the other piece, but I'm gonna just go ahead and cut these out here. And now that I realize I do not have to go up on that peak, I can cut this straight across, which will be just fine. Okay, so that can go. Oh, that wasn't the line. I mistook the line. There we go. All right, this side, it actually goes a little faster in this regard. That one can go there because I can use those for some tall, skinny strips. Find my right line, my correct line. There she is. If I line up that side, I should be good with the other side. And then we're just going to go ahead and cut this one down here, which of course again is going to be too big. That's fine. All righty. That back down there and hopefully it won't fall. I got a heavy pencil line here, so I'm going to take that off a little bit. Okay, we're going to flip this one over. This is the one that's going to go on the outside. Okay. So we'll put that one on. And then we're going to start doing a little decorating. We'll see how far we get. I probably should have done one of these a week on, this was for, I can't even remember what this one's for, to tell you the truth. Oh, this is for a Tuesday. I think that's what this one's for. It's for Tuesday. No, it's for Monday. This is a Monday one. That's what this one is. All right, let's bring that down here. Line it up with that. Leave my little gap. Press this one down. We're going to have a look at this one. Actually, that lines up pretty well. I'm going to trim it just a hair. Just a hair, hopefully. I'm already going crooked. Okay. Okay, get this one down. Oh, I was going to ink them, wasn't I? Get. It's stuck. Oh my gosh, this poor sponge. Honestly. I didn't get it all inked, but that's okay. I think I'll survive it. All right, here we go. Get those over there. All right, so that makes the two sides. Okay. Yeah, so I started to say before, you can print this right onto a thin cardstock, double-sided, if you wanted, and ignore the writing paper or put something over the paper for writing on. So you could do that, you know, put like, have the pattern and then just cut a piece of something to write on. You don't have to, you know, have the lines like this. You could just have little patches. Lots of things that you can do to be creative with it. Okay, I see this side needs trimming. And this side will need trimming. This is one I just put down, so I need to be a little bit more careful. Okay, get rid of that along the bottom here. Okay, and actually that one does not look bad. This is okay. All right, so this is what you end up with there. Alrighty, and what we're going to do here now is these are going to get tags. We're going to start with this one and go to the less complicated. So hopefully it'll go a little faster. I'm just seeing rough edges, so I'm trying to just get those off. Okay. So this is going to get a tag. It's going to go in here, okay? So what we're going to do is we're just going to glue this stuff down. I'm going to do the same kind of thing. I'm going to put a label on. I think we'll do this over this one. So we'll just do that. Okay. And the other one, that 2/3 one, I had said that I wanted to do, or thought I had wanted to do, a policy closure on a policy envelope closure. But I really liked when I did the ribbon on the first one, not ribbon, I'm sorry, the lace on the first one. I liked it so much that I decided that that was what I was going to do on that one. So, so it went on a little bit differently. I think I inked all of these already. Yes, I did. I can see it on the back. All right, I think it's time to leave this laying on its side. I'm gonna need to refill again. I'm refilling this bottle, it seems, about every 7 to 10 days now. I estimate it probably takes pretty close to a bottle to do a project, just, you know, one like journal project. All right, so we're gonna leave that one right here to the side. We're gonna take another one of these. Now, where's my other one? Here we go. Okay, and we're gonna put that one on here. I think we'll do it the other way. We're gonna cover part of the words on here, not that you can read them anyway. They're so tiny, you cannot read them. So, it was, I think, the name of the variety of rose. And it's, you know, kind of handwritten, but it's a 32nd of an inch tall, if it's that, and very sketchy. So we'll do this one here like so. Okay. And then we will put a label on this one. And really, I mean, these are all matching. They're all very similar in, you know, what I'm putting on them, the roses, the type of label, etc., etc. Okay, and what I'm going to do here now is I'm trying to decide on what, I think I like that one, what ribbon I'm going to, and that's where the ribbon's going to go. It's going to go on the outside, and I saw somebody do this where they just took a piece of ribbon, glued it like this, more or less. And I want to get it off of here so I don't glue it on. And then they just glued it down and made a little tab without putting a hole or a, what's the word? Eyelet. I don't always really care for the staples so much. I'm just going to try to center that a little better. Okay, we'll leave that to the side and let that dry. Let me, wrong scissors, that won't cut it. Those are paper scissors. So I should have cut this. There we go. All right. So that's going to go on that side like so. And then this one, same thing. I don't know if this is going to be the same length of ribbon. Go this way. All right. I may be off camera again, and I'm sorry. All right, and then cut there. Put a little bit of, I'm just using a dot in here because you don't want a whole bunch. Oh, over here. Okay. And I could go back maybe at a later date. And because these are going to be inside, I'm pretty sure I'm going to just leave these alone. What I'm going to want to decorate is going to be the little guys here. And they have to go on a slightly bigger card. Okay, get rid of you. I'm just going to go ahead and glue them down and cut around them. Like this, because they're just going to get tacked underneath the flap. Okay, so I'm going to do it like this. Bring it down a little bit. This is where I'm going to, whoa. This is where I'm going to cut it. And this is where I'm going to cut it. I'm going to cut it just like that. I'm going to glue this one right below it. Okay. And this is what's going to be decorated on the front. I'd rather leave the tags, the larger tags that are on the inside flat because they're on the inside. Okay, so we're going to go there and there. Okay, and then we're going to go about there, I think I said, right? Give or take. All right, let's try to put this in without moving my little pieces here. This one, since I only have one small line, I'm going to push it up against the top. Cut that away. Okay, and then here, we're going to try to line that up. There's that one. I think that's right. A little more. Let's hope I got it straight, guys. Okay, and then we're going to line this one across. Line it up with my little line. That's awesome. Okay. We'll ink these cards very, very quickly. Not a whole bunch. It's a little messy. Gotta remember my messy thing here because it does make a mess. So now I did get the new sponges, but I'm hesitant to start using a new one because I don't want to tear it up trying to get the ink off the pad, if that makes sense. Okay, so here's where the fun stuff comes in. So we are going to, I don't like those. I have some other ones. So we're going to get some small ones here. I hope. We have flower, we have rose, we have bloom, we have bed of roses, petals soft. Okay, we'll do bed of roses and we'll do petal soft. Okay, just something small. What I want to do here is just put down a little bit of lace. Not cutting straight again. And I have a butterfly that I can put on. I'm not even going to worry about trying to ink these things. So there's my butterflies. Let's see. Put down a little bit of ratty looking lace here. This seems like it wants to be on here too, so let's go ahead and do that. We'll put that down. Okay, like so. We'll put this little piece of pink down here, if I can get it to stay. All right, now we got to pick a butterfly. All right, we wanted petal soft. I can't pick it up. All right, I'll just go ahead there, I think. I like that. So let's put that butterfly down on there. Oh my God. It sounded like it went whew. All right. So we'll put him here like this, half on, half off. And I can practically just stick this to my finger. You see, when I work fast, I get the glue and the ink and stuff all over me. So we'll just go ahead and put that down here. Put it out a little bit. And that's that one. And let me get my little clips, show you what I need to do. Somewhere I have... Should have gotten them out. Those are not the ones. Oh, here we go. Here we go. So we're just gonna need, come on, not that many. We're just gonna need 2 of these. Oh my goodness. All the glue is just stuck to my fingers. All right, let's get those in. Okay. This is my plan. We'll see if it actually works. Okay, so we're just gonna stick this here. Put a little paper clip. If I need a bigger paper clip, I have them. But we'll put the little paper clip right there and clip that on that side. Okay, so then for this one, and I think that's probably all I'm gonna do, we're gonna have another one on the other side, like so. Let's put a, oh no, we're doing this one, right? Let's see, what do we want this time? Let's try this and a little flower. All right, glue. I'm just gonna put a little smear here. Put that a little off. Which side is my flower? I think this. Okay, just go around the edges in the middle a little bit. Put that one there. Let's pick me another butterfly. I think we'll put that one there. Okay. Put him there like so. And then a bed of roses. Oh my gosh. It's because I'm trying to rush. And we'll put that right there. Okay. So he's on there like so. That one goes to the other side. And that gets clipped like so onto here. Okay, and these stay in the middle. And then we put our lace around. And that one is more or less done. Okay. I really do like this lace around it. You don't do that often. So that's that one. Let's find what I've done with the other ones. Buried them under here somewhere. Okay, so these are pretty much ready to go. This is the same thing. We're gonna leave this plain. I was thinking, let's see, what do I have in here? I'm trying to pull them up. Oh, I see, I got them all paper clipped together. Okay, just gonna cut that back, do a little makeshift collage here. This one a little bit different. We'll put that on. We'll put this on. Okay, and I'm just gonna go ahead and glue this down to that. Okay, like so. Okay, good. And then we'll glue that all down. Like so. All right, put that down here like that. All right, and then we're going to take this one and put it down here like that. Okay, put it over a little bit. Okay, so that is that one. And I think on this one, I think I'm going to do just a little bit of a lace tab on this like that. Nice little tatty tab. All right, let's find another one of those things here. Let's go for this one. Okay, I'll put that back. All right, let's go ahead and glue that here. All righty. And then glue the whole thing down on here. Okay. All right. Let's get rid of that. Okay, put that in there. Straight as possible. And then we'll glue this one on. Okay, and put that one there like that. Wherever you go, go with all your heart, it says. And we'll do the same. Little piece of this ribbon. I mean, lace, ribbon, lace, whatever it is. I love this tatty, pulled apart kind of stuff. All right. Time to try to clean this glue off my fingers. I'm getting more and more glue on me because I'm trying to go so quickly. I'm probably past an hour, looks like. All right, so that one goes in here. Then like that one goes in here like this, and whoops, not like that, like that. And we have another piece of lace. We'll tie that one shut. Okay. Do my best to do that. Okay. There it is. Tie that one shut. That's another one done. And now I'm looking for my last one that I buried somewhere. Oh, good heavens. Where have I put it? Here it is. Okay, on this one, I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to go ahead here, and I'm going to put some lace just across the bottom here. Now this was a gathered lace, and I ungathered it. So, but I did not try to make it lay flat. I don't want to try to make it lay flat. I want it to be a little shabbier. Okay. So we're going to do that on that side. Whoops. Get those out of there. I'm going to just cut it, not to the edge. I'm letting it hang over a little bit. Okay. And then I'm going to flip that on that side. And put that on the other side. Okay, I'm going to cut this piece before I put it on. So hopefully I'm not struggling with it as much. Okay, put that down there like so. All right, let go. All right, and we're going to get, let's see, butterfly. We'll get some more pink lace. We'll get, I should have, let's have one of these. Let's have a heart. Let's have a heart. We'll do that. All right, so we'll put a little bit of pink lace down here. Come on. Put that piece there. I'm going to put some glue on this heart. Okay. We'll put that here like that. And then we're going to take the butterfly and put the butterfly here like so. Okay. Lots of wet glue. Here it is. Okay, that's that one. And then what do I want to do for the top here? Do we want to, you know what, let's take, how many hearts do I have? Here we go. That's perfect. All right, we're going to take another heart. Let's put this piece down here. And we're going to take the heart and do it the other way. Just put that on top of that like that. Okay. It doesn't want to stay. It wants to stick to my fingers, not to anything else I want it to stick to. All right, let's go ahead. Another little piece of pink in here. Here it is. Okay, and we'll do the same on the other side. You don't have to do it the same on both sides. Well, there's one that's got that little thing on it. I'll have to trim that off. I cut this apart from a bigger piece of lace. So it has these hearts, it has these sort of hangy, teardroppy looking things. Okay, and then another butterfly. Let's do a green one on this side. Okay, and then I'll do the top. I'll probably do something with the tags inside, I'm not sure. Probably just put some butterflies on them. Okay. That, we'll do this. Put another tab on this side, just like on the front. Put that piece down. Just put some glue here. And then put the heart on top of that. And I got to trim this little thing right there. And we'll put that heart right on there, like so. Let's grab a couple of butterflies for in here. Just keeping it simple. I think we'll put them up there. And then let me check my time here. Oh my, this is a long one. This is really long. My apologies, but I really want to get this done. I really, really do. Okay, and another one up here. That'll be fine. All right. Oh, come on. All right. Alrighty. And we'll put that one up there. Okay. Done and done. I may do something on the bottom later. I don't know. This one goes in here. This one goes in here. And we tie it with a piece of ribbon. I keep saying that, with a piece of lace. Like so. Okay, up a little higher. We'll tie that here. And there we go. I think I pulled an extra thing in here. Here I am, 3 loops again, guys. No one else in the world can do it. Let's pull it out and do this right. Okay. All right, there we are. So we are finally finally finished, I think, for the most part with these. I'm not going to hesitate any longer, guys. Please be safe, be happy, and be blessed, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye for now.